The final word.
Now, though. That joke, wee woo. Wee. The final word.
Wee woo woo. Woo woo woo. Wee woo woo woo.
We ain't gonna let it happen.
Nigga, wee woo. Man, I'm gonna have to go cop that wee woo hat, man. That gonna go hard.
Yeah, wee woo hat.
Yeah, we will.
I might have to wee woo socks.
Matter of fact, it's no wee woo. That's what it is. Yeah, man. If you ain't for that
No wee woo.
man, none. Zero. Man,
You bringing that wee woo energy.
The final word.
Wee woo energy.
Wee woo. Man, wee woo is a whole
The
movie.
Wee
final
woo
word.
energy. That might be the one. Wee woo energy.
yup.
You got
Yeah.
that wee woo energy.
It's everywhere.
He.
Man.
Wee woo.
It is everywhere. It's that goofy time of the month. It's that goofy. I can't wait till we get into this today.
Oh yeah, that top
final
10
word.
quarterback.
Final word.
That's what I'm starting with.
The
is that
final word. The final word.
sick of it, bro. I'm
The
so
final
sick of
word.
it.
Oh, you see this guy?
Final word.
See this guy?
Final.
Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
I love it when they call us out. Say, hey man, Law, you doing the wee woo, man. You wee woo.
Yeah, I know. Somebody,
Turn it into a
They
bird.
quick to say wee woo.
somebody hit me up. They say this video is wee woo.
The final
Wee
word.
woo, man. You giving us wee woo analysis, man.
I said, how y'all gonna say I'm doing that? Come on, man. It's all good.
What's the proper spelling of wee woo? So I can put it in the title.
W-E-E-W-O-O.
W-O-O.
Yep.
Wee woo, y'all wee woo
The
that spelling.
final word.
W-E-E-W-O-O. Wee woo, man.
W-E-E-W-O-O.
Hey, in the chat, y'all put wee woo energy, man.
Wee
No.
woo energy.
No wee woo energy, man.
The
Oh,
final
let's go.
word.
We're not doing it.
No wee woo energy.
The final word.
What's your analysis? Which one is better,
Wee woo.
Kool-Aid or wee woo?
Both.
Ooh,
Measure
And the
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
measure Kool-Aid.
Yep. Measure Kool-Aid is forever. Wee woo is now forever.
Wee
The
woo is
final
forever.
word.
The final
Hey,
word.
it's weird. Last season was the Grand Game of Thrones.
The final word.
Now this season, wee
The
woo.
final
Oh,
word.
yeah, we
The
will.
final
Every
word.
season we come up with a whole new word. Well, you dubbed this one though, you know.
Yeah, no, it's plenty of dubs. We got dubs for the whole community, man. Yeah,
Community
I
wee
love
woo.
it. We got James Washington. You know what I mean? We got Baby Nuts.
Baby nuts, man. Oh, my God.
Shoot. Cap Boy. I mean, we got so much, bro. It's crazy. This community.
That baby nuts is crazy, man.
Then we got Nefarious. You know what I mean? My boy Landlow with the Nefarious. You know what I mean?
Okay,
There.
okay. Hey,
Law got everybody say we build planes in the earth. Everybody
OC
got, that
got-
from you.
the OC got straight business, man.
Straight
I like
business.
that part.
Yeah,
I like
that's
straight business.
Yep. Yeah, man.
Boy, we got
I
some
like
shirt
them
titles,
with the butter
man.
knife.
Oh no.
Shake
yeah,
with the
shake
butter knife. That's good.
Yup,
Don't
that's
shake me
law.
with the butter knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's fun is we all say it. We say each other's stuff, man. It gives
Man,
you
that's
a
dope,
head
man.
after a while, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, after a while, you just can't help it. You know what I'm
The
saying?
final word.
I can't wait till the first person in the Oxnard say, "Hey, man, y'all hit me with the wee woo."
The final
I
word.
think we got peanut butter.
Somebody
with
gonna say
vodka.
it.
Peanut butter with vodka. Yeah,
Everybody know what that means.
that's a
You know
staple
what I mean?
piece. Yeah.
Staple. And then the war call. Then let me try to think.
Who else got a saying?
I know Rome got a saying. Rome saying is spicy.
The final word.
Spicy.
Oh,
The final
spicy.
word.
Oh, he's speaking spicy.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Who started the nasty work? That's nasty work. Or that's just a common
That's
saying?
Lord. That's Lord B. Lord Rock.
Oh, that's Noah Bronson. Okay, nasty word. That done spread all over everywhere.
His name is Brunson.
I just wanna run it up. Can we check or something?
No, Lord Brunson. His name is Brunson.
I want you, wee.
I've been really in the field, let her rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take you to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check the song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still sit and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with Lil, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Revan now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Ooh, my boy Big, man, I see you got that 4K camera. All right, yeah, so
I wish.
that camera is smooth.
More like 2.2 added to 2.5.
No, man, we kicking it off with you, man, because we talking about this wee-woo stuff. Let me go kick it off, bro. You said it, so let's get to it. We gonna go ahead.
Turn up your mic, boss.
All right.
Here we go.
Hold on.
Now here go the wee woo, Mike.
I know, bro.
We already.
All right, I should be good now.
You see this, Mike?
There you go.
Much better.
Yeah, you much better.
All right, that's good now, man. Yo.
Yeah, man. So I already dealt with all of this. Yeah. So hold on real quick. Let me get it on this. Let me get it on the part that got me frustrated. Then you take off, Big. So here we go. First, Goofy. This is Goofy season. So let's go ahead and break this down, Big. It's on you.
Wow, Sam Munson. I actually talked to him a couple times, and he's kind of like the lead guy at Pro Football Focus. First of all, I'm glad he even put Dak in the top 10 first. I'm glad he did that. But dog, come on, Kirk Cousins, come on, man. That's the first one right there. Kirk Cousins, no, I'm sorry, I can't put no Kirk Cousins above Dak Prescott. I will never do that. If I ever did that, that's crazy. I never would do that. We're talking about. I mean, I'm asking, like, how are they rating it? Is this from 1 year, the past year? Is this body of work? Because Kirk Cousins ain't never did nothing, right? He ain't never did nothing. And we're really putting Trevor Lawrence after 1 year above Dak?
Yeah.
And then
preacher.
And then I mean, I'm sorry. A lot of people I like Lamar Jackson, but I don't love him like a lot of other people do. I'm sorry, I don't. The fact that you got him that high and he only played how long? Half a year?
Yeah.
And he's that high?
Yeah, it's Goofy.
2019 bodies, man. The MVP
And
19
then-
year.
And then Justin Herbert, right? Now, if Dak Prescott would have did what Justin Herbert did in the playoffs, if we would have had that big lead with Dak Prescott, right? And then we would have lost that lead like a Justin Herbert did, right? With the Chargers, right? He wouldn't hear the last of it.
Nah.
But Herbert is that high?
Can you imagine,
After this debacle?
B, can you imagine CeeDee Lamb going up to Dak like this in the playoffs?
Right. It would have been crazy, man. It would have been technically.
You know what I'm saying? So that right there is, I just, it's kind of weird because I don't know how they're basing it. You know what? Y'all feel me, fellas? I don't know if they're basing it on 1 year or is, like I said, body of work. Because if you're doing it after Trevor Lawrence, you saw how he did his first year, right? It wasn't like he had a good year this year, right? But are we saying he's elite? Like, everybody's got him in this elite category after one season of him doing well.
Yeah.
That's
It's
crazy.
like they wanted to rush him to get into that category, right?
You know what it is? Because I feel like they do that because they're high draft picks. You feel me?
Yep.
Like, they naturally put them up there because they're the high draft pick. So since they're a high draft pick, if they have any kind of a good season, they automatically push them up higher. What's your thoughts on that? That's what I think. If they're like a first round or a top 10 and they've been struggling, and then all of a sudden they break out 1 year, they elevate them quickly. And I feel like Trevor Lawrence, he's good, but I ain't never been on Trevor Lawrence like that. I'm sorry. Even when he was in Clemson, they were saying he's the all-world guy, one of these elite sensations. I don't see that. I think he's a good quarterback, but I don't think he's that elite sensation that he's just, oh my God, he's the next greatest. I don't see that. I think he's good, but I'm sorry. And the fact that we know, I know how we got Jalen Hurts, right? We understand that. But if we're looking at the year that he had compared to Lamar Jackson and those other guys, he's below Lamar Jackson. And Lamar Jackson didn't even play the whole year, and that dude went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, super goofy. What's your thoughts on that list, Law?
Well, when I look at that list, I see two quarterbacks that never beaten Dak Prescott before. And also on the head-to-head matchup, by the way. And also when I look at this list, I kind of look at it like even Kirk Cousins. Why do they have him up above Dak Prescott when obviously, even with the head-to-head matchup, I think the final score was 40-3. I get it. Dak Prescott had an off season last year, but where do the line draws into the sand? Is this based off of one game or 1 year or a total body of work? Now, that's when you can start making the arguments about this list. And then you can say, well, if it's over the total body of work, you had to put Pat Mahomes that's still at number 1. Of course, Aaron Rodgers at 2 and Burrows at 3. I would be able to digest that a little bit better. But now that I look at this list, I'm sitting here saying, hey, yeah, Lamar Jackson, he's a phenomenal quarterback, by the way, but they still made it to the playoff with their backup quarterback. No, they didn't make it to the playoff, did they? But I know for sure they made it, the backup quarterback for the Ravens made it to the Pro Bowl, right? So it goes to show you, and I'm not taking away from Lamar Jackson. Shout out to him. He's a phenomenal player. But where do the line draws into the sand? Is that based off of 2019? Or, hear me out, ladies and gentlemen, are they basing everything that Jalen Hurts did last season as the end-all, be-all? Because I'm quite sure that in 2021, when the Eagles went 9-8, he couldn't hit water if he fell off a boat. Now that all of a sudden they get A.J. Brown, he's elite Hurts, right? He's a guy that don't make any mistakes over there outside of Davante Smith talking about something, but we're going to hold on to that.
Yeah,
but that's the story of another day. That whole list to me is that's a story of later on today.
Later on today.
But to me, that list is woo.
Oh man, goofy. Super.
Yeah, super.
Shoot. Well, OC, what's your thoughts on that list?
Well, man, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm looking at this list and I'm thinking, is this the most entertaining quarterback list? Because if this is the most entertaining quarterback list, okay, I can get with some of this. You understand? I can get with a little bit of, Josh Allen and some of these guys. Put the list back up, boss. Let me take another look at it. I can get with. I can also get with Joe Burrow. I can get with Pat Mahomes being number 1. I can get with that if it's the most entertaining quarterback list. But the issue I have is that we got 3 part-time running backs ahead of Dak Prescott. All right. I mean, we got Josh Allen. He's almost a full-time running back. We got Lamar Jackson. He's trying to retire because he's getting hurt too much. He's a part-time running back. And we got Jalen Hurts, who's pretty much a running back who throws the football. So don't understand the nature and the premise of this whole list. Is this based upon pure quarterback play? Because if it is, then Aaron Rodgers has to be higher on this list. I understand that you like sunshine, but you know what? He has an advantage. Everybody knows that he has Doug Peterson, the quarterback whisperer, who got fired unjustly from the Philadelphia Eagles and led them to a Super Bowl. We know that, and he's been the key caveat to his turnaround. So overall, in terms of body of work, Dak Prescott should be, in my opinion, top 5 on this list, hands down. Justin Herbert, he's fun to watch. He's 6'6". He got a cannon. But you know what? He doesn't have the body of work. He doesn't have the proof source that Dak Prescott does. So this list make you wee woo woo. That's what this list does.
Super.
Wrong here. Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number 1 bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
Yes, super wee woo. Like, and this, but see, this is that time of the year. Goofy off season. See, it's gonna be a lot of lists, and most lists is gonna disrespect not just Dak. It's gonna disrespect every one of those guys. They PFF. I always see, and it's about money. I don't know Sam Munson. I know you say you know Sam Big. But I don't trust nobody over there at PFL. I mean, nobody. The only thing that I trust with PFL.
You ain't hear me say I trusted them, boss. You ain't hear me say I trusted them.
No, I know. I'm just saying. No.
Right.
Because they do this for money. They do this because they trying to get the clicks. They know when they rank and disrespect our players that they get all these haters to share. Because see, look, it's all about them shares. That's all it's about. Right. The shares. That's all they want is eyes on that PFF logo. And they figured out that when you disrespect and you say Diggs gave up 1,000 yards, or where they had Zeke at his prime ranked 10th. It's just every offseason they get goofy. And then this is what tripped me out, everybody. This is what tripped me out, Final Word Brothers. Then the people that watch our channels come to our channels mad. It's like, why y'all mad? Y'all shouldn't be listening to them. You shouldn't be listening to their morning shows. You shouldn't be giving them no attention, because every year they gonna do the same thing. So so let's get into something else that's super goofy right now, because we just having us some goofy day. We exposing the goofiness today. So like, I know we talk about football. And we go talk about football, and this still got to do with the Dallas Cowboys. But let's just kind of go through what DeAndre Hopkins said and how this has to do with Dak. And see, Philly been running with this. They've been running with this. So we finna go ahead and expose this BS. Let's get into it. Here we go.
You just brought up quarterbacks. What are some of the quarterbacks out there, if you had a list, you say, these are some dope quarterbacks that I would love to throw me the ball the second part of my career?
Oh, that's a good question. I would have to say one of my favorite quarterbacks that I've been watching since he came in the league is Josh Allen. Josh Allen, he reminds me of an old school or of a new school Andrew Luck. And you know, I love Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts. You know, man, he's Houston kid, your dog, Jalen.
That boy lying. Boy, you are lying. That boy say Houston kid. Let me keep going.
Number 3.
Channel View. That's outskirts of Houston.
To have a ball thrown by, Patrick Mahomes, obviously.
Ooh,
Number 4, I'm gonna have to go with. I gotta go with the underdog, man. The people, not a lot of people respect this guy, but you know, as a throwing quarterback, Lamar.
You stupid.
Mark.
Let's keep going.
Lamar Jackson, obviously. And number 5.
Lamar.
Oh, Lamar.
Number 5. That's a good one. That's a good question. Number 5.
Dak Prescott?
I like Dak Prescott.
And in these young rookies.
See, hold on. I gotta show this part.
I
gotta show this phoniness. I gotta show this part.
He's starting stuff. That's Brandon Marshall starting trash.
Yeah, and look, it's so choreographed. Look at this. This so choreographed.
It's like they told him to do it.
Look, it's so obvious. Look, big. Look, big. Watch this. Watch this.
This guy, but you know, as a throwing quarterback, Lamar Jackson, obviously, and number 5.
Look at this. Right. He try to act like he thinking.
That's a good one. That's a good question.
Ain't even ask you no question. It was a top 5.
Right.
Oh, that's a good question, bro. You see, you a bad liar. See, this is bad wee woo. You see this guy?
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number 1 bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
Number 5.
Dak Prescott.
I like Dak Prescott.
And then look at him shaking his head.
That's what
Fake it.
Hey,
well, look at this. Look at this.
And in these young rookie quarterbacks stand out to you. Do you?
They had a cue card, boss, and it said Dak Prescott. Stay
right.
Right. Cue card in front
I
of him.
never looked at it in that light. I didn't look at it in that way.
Hold on, let me finish.
I appreciate y'all for showing it this way, because I didn't look at it that way. But I'm glad that you guys gave the facial impressions and said that's a good question when it was a top 5 list.
It was a top 5.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's wee woo.
Yeah.
So let me play it. Let me play it. We gonna break this down.
Want to catch a ball from a young player? Are you past that point in your career? Like some guys out there.
Yeah, I'm past that point in my career. But I heard that the quarterback we got from Houston is pretty good. I like him. My grandfather was sending me his highlights on YouTube. But my number 5 quarterback, man, because it's some good quarterbacks out there that's young and good. I'm gonna have to go with my dude in San Diego.
Oh, so you don't know his name, big dog?
True.
We doing that? So we faking that hard where you don't even know Herbert's name? So you go.
My dude
good. I'm gonna have to go with
Damn, I ain't think of it that way.
Go with my dude in San Diego or the Chargers.
Herbert.
I'm gonna have to
Justin
go
Herbert.
Man.
Justin Herbert.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy?
Say
Number 1 bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
You stupid.
Man, let's go around the circle. OC.
Make your wee woo.
Let's
didn't
go
think
around
of
the
it that
circle
way.
on this one, bro. Cause see, I told y'all I'm sick of Goofy, bro. We got to go after Goofy today.
You know, listen, at the end of the day, this guy is talking about who is the most exciting quarterbacks in his opinion. He's talking about young quarterbacks. So he mentions Josh Allen. He mentions, obviously, Pat Mahomes. You know, he mentions Hurts. He mentions Jackson. He mentions Herbert, right? He's talking about who's the most athletic and who can run. You know, Josh Allen is not really developed as a quarterback at this point, even by his own admission a few months ago. And I'm not throwing no shade to Josh Allen. I think he's a great player. But he says, man, I got to stop all this running. I'm getting older. I got to stop all this running.
Right.
So he has to develop as a quarterback. He's not a Jim Kelly. Don't get it twisted. This is a guy who gets a lot of receivers open because of the run threat, and you have to honor him in the run game. That's why a lot of these guys come open behind safeties and all that stuff when they're running crossing routes and posts and corners and all that kind of stuff. Same type of concept if you talk about Lamar Jackson, who hasn't really developed as a quarterback yet. And also if you're talking about Jalen Hurts, who is a dog. He's a good football player, straight up. He's a real dog. I believe that. But he hasn't fully matured as a quarterback. He has a ways to go. So, you know, he's talking about young guys, Boss Cowboy. I mean, he's not talking about the legitimate top 5 QB throwing quarterbacks. And listen, if you put pressure on Justin Herbert, man, he starts running, man, like he is in trouble and running from a wild dog or something. I mean, that guy breaks the pocket, man, a lot. So, a clean pocket, he's good, man. But pressure, he has to develop. He's a good young quarterback, though. He has tremendous arm talent. So I see that. But in terms of pure quarterback, not so much.
All right, so this is what I see going on. I'm gonna keep it real. This dude trying to get a job. That's all this is. He is lobbying for teams that he still hope go sign him. That's what he doing. It's almost like all of us, we dated before we settled down. I know a lot of guys here have settled down. A lot of us made the mistake where we go to the club and we put our eye on one, right?
Right.
and that we put all our energy. We don't spread that net wide, and then when you get shot down, you got no more options. You know what I mean? So where am I going with that?
We got a special guest in the building.
What's going on, D?
Oh, okay.
What's going on, Triple D?
Okay, what happened? See where this energy? What's happening?
I keep hearing y'all say my name around here.
Okay.
What's up? Talk to me.
See what happened to all that lobbying you was doing? See, what happened is you was sucking up to Dallas. We turned around and got We turned around and got Brandon Cooks.
Right.
Now you're hurt. Now you had your own one. You didn't spread your net wide. Versus Odell Beckham, he spread his net wide. He was at the club, he was talking to everybody. Dallas, Raiders. Yeah. So he ended up getting picked up. So now you see the game. So you want to go out there and shoot your shot at all these teams at the expense of that. You whack for that. And let me tell you how I know he an opportunist. Because when Watson first got to the Texans, you know what that dude did? He said, I don't want no rookie throwing me the ball. He was placating to the ownership of the Texans because the Texans ownership wanted Savage over Watson originally. You know what I mean? And he's a sellout opportunist. So he was working out with Dak. He was all into the Dak yard. He was doing all that, all with Dez, doing all the signals of I want to be in Dallas.
I'm on live now. What's up?
But now you don't know us. Now you don't know that. Man, I see right through it.
Man, I can't trust a guy with long pieces of feces coming off of his hair, man. I don't understand that, man. You see that guy's hair, man? Golly, man, that looks bad. I'm sorry. No offense. I'm sorry. No sidebar conversation, man. Y'all
that kind of threw me for a loop. Go ahead, Big.
Wow. Well, first of all, OC took the words out of my mouth because Reggie Bullock for the Dallas Mavericks had his hair like that, and that's why he probably played terrible all year. Because your hair looked just like DeAndre Hopkins. That's why your shooting went terrible. That's just bouncing off OC. So I feel you. Don't do your hair like that as a color, in my opinion. This is my opinion. Don't do that. But secondly, boss, you hit it on. If you ever hit a nail with a hammer, hit it on the head, you hit it on the head right there. How you pump faking. After you was all up on Dallas, you was all down. Who was gonna be throwing you the ball if you talking to Dez Bryant?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who the hell was gonna be throwing you the ball if you sitting there with Dez Bryant? Dak Prescott. Now, first of all, I'm gonna just say this. OC said some really good things too, but and I've been saying this, and we've been talked about this, boss, with Josh Allen. How about that accuracy in college? And he still has problem with his accuracy in the pros.
Ooh.
That's one of his issues still now is his accuracy, right? And so you gonna compare him to Andrew Luck? Come on, dog. Andrew Luck can throw better than him. Don't do that.
Yes.
And then
please.
Then you're gonna say Lamar Jackson. I'm sorry. I'm not hating on Lamar. I like Lamar. But Lamar, come on, dog. You ain't getting no numbers like that with Lamar. These receivers leave Lamar. I don't care what people tell me. You can get mad at me. Lamar good. But a lot of these receivers don't go there because they don't think he's going to throw the ball all the time. He's going to run. Okay? Yeah. So all of a sudden now, D-Hop, you talking about him being your quarterback, dog, and he's more of a running quarterback. You a whole liar.
You a whole liar, dog. You a whole
liar. You know damn well you don't want to play with no damn Lamar. You want to get that check, but you don't want to play with no Lamar. You ain't getting 100 balls with Lamar Jackson, dog. You're not doing it. Answers.
You want answers?
Yeah, and the fact that Brandon Marshall, who is a known hater, we know Brandon Marshall's a known hater. Right when he says 4 and then goes to 5, it's like Dak Prescott. Oh yeah, Dak Prescott. Come on, dog.
I like that.
Yeah, not Dak. So that was set up for you to diss Dak after he said. Now here's your opportunity to diss Dak right now because you brought him. Why didn't you mention any other quarterback? How many quarterbacks is in the league, y'all?
Right.
And you went to Dak at 4. There was all these other quarterbacks out there. You said Dak Prescott? Dak Prescott?
Hold on.
Number 5.
Come on, dog. Where's Boozy?
That's a good one. That's
Here
a
we
good
go.
question.
Hold on. Here we go. Look,
Dak Prescott.
I like Dak Prescott.
Any of these young
oh my God.
She looks like an opportunist. I'm sorry.
I like Dak Prescott. I like Dak Prescott.
She laid that one in beautiful. And here's my thoughts. Here's my thoughts with all of this, man.
Hey, before you do that, I need Boozy.
Go ahead. I got you. Hey.
Oh,
bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Now, I had the same thoughts earlier today, and Stargazer sent me a link of Brandon Marshall just giving all praises to Dak Prescott. And Ashley Nicole is a diehard Cowboy fan. And I get all of that, and I thought that she was leaning more so to say, I'm just trying to better this team by saying publicly, allowing D-Hop to say, yeah, Dak Prescott at number 5. But the Eagles community and all of those other people pretty much kind of took it and run from it and ran with it, I meant to say, and said that, well, he's throwing shade. Even the 4-letter, the 3-letter network saying that D-Hop is throwing shade at Dak Prescott. And excuse me, what happened to Trevor Lawrence? What happened to Joe Burrows? Where's that shade? Because those boys supposedly, according to most people and many, that they are better than Dak Prescott, and he left them off the list. Ain't nobody saying that he's throwing shade at those boys. So I get it. It's very wee-woo-ish, of him or of the panel saying Dak Prescott. And he's saying,
right.
Yeah.
He's shaking his head like,
nah.
After all that begging, now he like,
begging.
But that do show his cards of, damn, they went with someone else. They didn't pick me.
Yeah.
You didn't pick me. You picked Brandon Cooks. And I know that he was a little salty for Brandon Cooks even playing in Houston. So you picked him over me. So that could go both ways there too. But shout out to D-Hop. It's not over with yet. It's still a chance in the situation that he could have that silver and blue on if all goes well, don't go well this offseason, right? It's still a chance. But I'm thinking that John Stephen Jones, he's not going to pay that man creme de la creme. He's not going to pay that man big money. He's not going to give him the sun and the moon. He might give him a
Why you think he ain't here? Because the Joneses, listen, just like Jerry said, this brand is bigger than all of us.
Yeah.
Right? This brand is bigger than all of us. So what happened was that brand didn't really want to mess with you. And that's what it was. When he jumped out there, when Dez came out there and said it, he was probably feeling good about himself. And then Stephen Jones let him know that, hey, I don't know about that, dog. We need to wait till you get traded or you get cut or something. But we ain't just gonna do all that for you like that. And that's sound like butt hurt to me.
It's butt hurt, man. On top of that, good and well, I can tell all of y'all right now, we ain't finna pay no $31 million for no D-Hop. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, bro. Yeah, his price tag is $32 million, man. We got CeeDee Lamb to pay.
And he got suspended last year.
And at the end of the day, they don't want to play the quarterback that much, so they're not gonna pay you that much. And hey, guys, look, man, I'm sorry. I don't want to offend nobody that had dreads. I was just joking about him. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, don't get mad. And shout out to Nicole. I didn't know she was the diehard Cowboys fan. So salute to you, Miss Nicole. All right, much love. But yeah, man, at the end of the day,
I don't trust them, bro.
Okay,
Hey,
well,
well, hey, no, hold on.
They still opportunists, OC.
I may have to
Well,
bring
that's
Ashley on the
true.
show then. We
That's
may have to get
true.
Ashley on the show then. You
No,
know,
no, that's
hey,
true. But
hey,
I'm saying it was good for her to say to Law's point because it does bring credibility where people would try to discredit our quarterback, and that's what I'm saying. So it was good for her to mention it in that instance, at least. Now, maybe it was opportunistic, but it was still good for her to mention.
It was clearly opportunistic. Now, it don't, you know, and see, because they want what they got. That moment went viral. That's why they did that. That's
Right.
exactly why they did that. Now, you can still be a fan and still throw out the bait of Dak Prescott, but I'm not gonna act like she didn't know what she was doing. She knew exactly what she was doing.
Oh yeah, I mean, come on now. You know them ladies. Hey, boss, them ladies know what they be doing.
Oh, they know what they be doing.
Oh, yeah. They know what they're doing.
Yo.
I'm not hating on anybody with dreads, but I'm not backing off my statement. OC came. I'm not disrespecting nobody out there. I promise you. But that hair, you can bust on mine. You can see mine. I'm losing hair a little bit, so you can bust on mine. But I'm not backing off that one.
It's my dog. That's what.
That's that non-ether, man. That ain't hair growing out of that man's skull. That's energy. That's pure raw energy growing out of that man's head.
You
know what I'm saying?
That boy stand on it. He's standing on it 10
That's
10
energy.
toes.
10 toes.
10 toes.
There
10
you go.
toes.
I ain't mad at you, big dog. So check this out real quick. All right. Super chat real quick. He talked about he's even wearing a Cowboys hat. That's an Astros hat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Correct that because there's a lot of people saying that he had a Dallas Cowboys hat on. They don't know what the real star look like.
Nah, that's not our star. That's a Houston star. That's not a Dallas star.
Which is falling. That star when it's trailing like that mean it's a falling star.
Yeah, that's not.
Still fixated.
Yeah. So so that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's But hey, I want to like everything is not gonna be goofy though. It's some good things I want us to talk about, and I can't wait to hear this from everybody. So here we go. Also, I got this clip courtesy of Law Nation, so y'all check that out.
Appreciate it. Oh yeah.
It's an echo.
Is it me? Come from me? And remember.
It's coming
Testing.
from me. I think it's coming from me. I hear it.
And remember.
Okay, hold on real quick. We'll get through it.
The final word.
No, it's me. Here we go though.
People compared a lot of dudes to me as they come into the league and stuff. This is a guy that's younger than me, CeeDee Lamb.
That is a shocker to me.
I like CeeDee Lamb a lot. That's the one that.
No disrespect to CeeDee Lamb, but I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I'm glad he corrected himself on that too. You know what I'm saying? Like he showed respect to CeeDee Lamb. He like, it's no disrespect. He's like, I just didn't expect that. Brandon Marshall, I like how you handled that.
And when I'm picking it, I'm not picking it off of just the most attractive and what people want to hear. And if you watch the way CD plays, and I think he's gonna keep growing. And I talked to him this offseason.
Oh, my fault, y'all. Doing too much.
Season a couple times, and I said, bro, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep staying on what you're on right now, because this is gonna give you the type of credit and respect that you deserve moving forward. You just got to keep doing it, put something behind it. He remind me of myself a lot as far as the way he moves, and I feel like at that point when I was, you ask him, he'll tell you he likes where he's at with his game right now. And I feel like he's getting that 2018 maybe Tay respect right now.
Right.
And the more he continues to do and gets better, he gonna get a lot more respect. And then it's so many other guys too.
Good clip, Law. Good clip, by the way. Y'all make sure y'all go look at that full clip on Law Nation channel. But all right, so let's go back around the circle. Law, you first, man. Obviously, because that's your clip.
Well, basically, he's just giving CeeDee Lamb his credit, and he's saying that basically, hey, CeeDee Lamb is kind of just like him.
Yeah.
I think it took Tay about 4 or 5 years before he got his first 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
And sometimes as a wide receiver, you always working on something, whether it's separation, whether it's release game, whether it's being more physical at the top of your route, whether it's high pointing the ball, understanding the flow of the field, playing with leverage and things like that. A lot of people think that wide receivers are already made day one, but no, it goes through a journey. And just like T.O., and I know he played for the 49ers, it took him 3 years. but we are already seeing CeeDee Lamb being elevated in an earlier stage. What if I told you guys that CeeDee Lamb in his first 3 years, no Cowboy wide receiver in the Cowboys history put up the amount of numbers that he displayed? So CeeDee Lamb is on a track race of being one of the best Cowboys wide receivers ever to play this game. Now, I just hope that the front office don't wee-woo this dude and get goofy with it. They already got semi with the 5th-year option, but they better work out a absolute solid contract, because this dude, you don't hear off the field situation with him. You don't hear that he don't want to practice and these sorts of things. This dude is all about CeeDee Lamb getting better every year. And I can't wait for this season. His numbers, he may be way up there, because I know I'm crazy and I don't care what y'all say. I got CeeDee Lamb over Jay Jettle.
Justin Jefferson?
I got him over Justin Jefferson. If you don't want to call him by his nickname. I'm crazy though. I'm Law Nation and I'm crazy. And you may say that these Cowboy tinted glasses over here is that I can't see it, but I know for sure. You know what? Justin Jefferson, he played with his quarterback that was healthy his entire career. And for the likes of it, Adam Thielen, he was on the opposite side. You see, we've been playing musical chairs with CeeDee Lamb rookie year. And then, of course, in 2021, we got a chance to see CeeDee Lamb step it up just a little bit. He was still learning. And then last season, 2022, I mean, God dog, his quarterback was hurt for 5 games and he still put up great numbers. So I look at it like this. If you have a healthy Dak Prescott heading into this season right now, y'all probably say, man, Law definitely ain't on that wee-woo sauce. No, he ain't on that Kool-Aid. And you know I'm the steering committee of the Kool-Aid. But I'm going to tell you, y'all going to all want to drink some of that when you see what Dangerous Lamb do this season, man. I just say what it is, man. Watch. He's going to be up there. Just like he put CeeDee Lamb above Jamar Chase. Watch. Watch, y'all.
Hey,
just
Law,
watch.
this is thing.
Don't scratch your head, man. Come
no,
on, man.
listen to me. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Oh, I'm gonna hear you out. I'm hear you out.
See, Law, this is why you trustworthy on this. Because, see, it was me and you that was always right on game changer. So we were saying before he was the game changer that he was not the game changer. You see what I'm saying? That's why we can trust that when you make a bold statement like that, you can trust it, because you never gave him more than what he earned, right? When we was debating, and we was right on this, we was debating the
and
OC.
we was right. Me and OC was right on this.
Actually,
me and the OC was right on this.
What? Are we really doing this right now, Big?
I mean, you always like to placate, boss. You do this too much, boss. You do this kind of stuff. Boss, you do this too much.
It was gonna say
boss,
game changer.
you do it too much, man. You always try to make yourself king right. And you ain't right, you're wrong. You was wrong.
You brought it up. Let me just say this right quick. Can I say this right quick?
Go.
All right. I just want to say this right quick. First, me and OC won because we was talking about this a long time ago. But that's okay. I'm gonna leave it alone.
All right.
Just like what Law said.
Okay.
Just like what Law said. Hold up. Just what Law said.
Uh-huh.
His rookie year. Who did he play with? Ben DiNucci, Garrett Gilbert, Andy Dalton. And he still almost got 1,000 yards, over 70 catches, almost 1,000 yards. With those guys, they only had Dak his first 5 games. And remember, his first 5 games with Dak, he was on a record-setting pace. Because remember, Dak was on a record-setting pace. So was CD as a rookie receiver. He was on a record-setting pace with Dak Prescott because Dak was looking at him. Now, let's go to 2021. Now, you remember how they try to call him Slot Boy? Well, they moved him to the outside. He played 56% of the snaps on the outside, wide receiver, because they were saying, oh, you play slot, because he was played a lot in the slot his rookie year. They put him on the outside more than they played him on the inside, 56% of the snaps. He still was one of the top receivers, really, statistically, even after that. Then they go back this year. He did play a lot of his damage in the slot, but that tells you he's versatile. He can play in the slot. He can play on the outside. He can play with top guys. He can play with not so top guys. Isn't that what a top receiver is? And especially, I trust Davante Adams because we just did a top receiver list on my show with Joe Castro, and I had Davante Adams at number 1. I listen to what he says because he looks like a type of person that doesn't say stuff just to say for sensationalism.
Yeah,
he says stuff when he really means it. Like he's not the type of dude, in my opinion, that just gonna say something to make it sound good and I want a hand clap.
He also showed respect at the end. Because me and the OC talked about this behind the scenes.
Oh, wow.
He showed respect at the end when he said, also it's other guys out there. So
True.
he gave so a lot of people was looking at this like he was knocking Chase,
AJ Brown.
It's no knock.
Yeah.
And
Slim
then
Reaper.
he was real specific in what he said. He said, I see myself in him. So
Break it
like
down.
I think Law hit it right when because see, it took him a while. So some of these guys come from what I call a discipleship model, where they was first the number 2 before they became the number 1. And that's what happened with Adams. He was under Jordy Nelson. Jordy Nelson was the number 1. He was developing to become the next number 1. So when he say, I see myself in you and you are where you supposed to be, he's talking about a career trajectory, in my opinion. And I think he right, because when I did a video on this, one of the things that I highlighted came from Outlaw Cowboy.
Shout out to the Laws.
This is a good follow too. I just want to plug this. He's a good follow. You get some good stats from the homie. But he said CeeDee Lamb was 2nd in broken tackles, 3rd in explosive plays, 4th in EPA, 4th in TDs, 5th in yards after contact, 5th in first down receptions, 6th in receiving yards, 8th in yak. And the biggest part, what he said, which is so factual, and he did it without a legitimate wide receiver 2 to take any defensive focus off him. See, that's the big point. That's the big point right there. Because when you look at Noah Brown literally you know,
killing them with the stats and the facts, man. Keep going, man. It's making my beard grow over here, man. Keep going, man. Keep going.
Hey, this is real though, Law.
I love it, man. You see, people can't argue the truth right here.
No, you can't argue the truth. It was no help for CeeDee Lamb, and this was his first time as the number 1. So, like, Law, you was real heavy on your projection on what CeeDee Lamb is getting ready to do. I'm gonna tell you like this: I stand all the way with you for 2023. I stand all the way with you. I'm saying he go do about 1,500 to 1,600 yards too. I think he go hit one of them Justin Jeffersons too. That's why I ain't laugh when you said he better. I was like,
you heard me.
You see me laugh. I was over here like.
What? And boss, here's the craziest thing. I'm not even the day 1 CD guy, like 2020, 21.
No.
That's why when we were talking about the explosive guy and everything, you remember Boss and a Big Game James will let you know I was all on Amari Cooper side, right?
Yeah.
I was saying like, sure, they need to keep Amari Cooper and allow CeeDee Lamb to continue to grow. Allow them to continue to grow and develop and get better and get better. But as Queen say, let him hang. I let him hang last season about CeeDee Lamb. I said, man, he's gonna have X, Y, and Z. And when that boy started getting, when I saw him get a little bit bigger, and I saw him when I saw him get better at separation, and when I saw him being able to make a mistake and have the short-term memory, right? Yeah. All of that count. And I think it was either you or was it the Big Time Show? One of those guys reached out to his wide receiver coach or his head coach, and we got a chance to talk. And he said, one thing I know about that guy right there, CeeDee Lamb, no one is going to outwork him. And I started to look at CeeDee Lamb in a different light. And I see every year he's working. Even his personal trainer hit me up and he said, man, I appreciate you for spreading the good word about my client. So these things, man, about CeeDee Lamb, you can't outwork him. That brother is working.
No, facts. OC, what you got on that? Because I know you had your own individual thoughts on?
Yeah, I mean, I think that at the end of the day, man, the comparison is fine, to CeeDee Lamb. I think that at the end of the day, Davante Adams is a top 5 wide receiver, and I'm going to say what I said in private and public. I don't see how you leave off Chase off that list. If you're talking about top 5, if you're just being honest about it, I don't see that part. I understand JJ. JJ is probably the top receiver in the league right now, Justin Jefferson, to be honest with you, right at this point. At this point today, because he's the most complete, and the difference between him and CeeDee Lamb is yeah, he's better than Davante Adams.
To me,
in my opinion, because he has more explosive long speed. He high points the ball a little bit better, and he's an elite route runner from the top of the route to the bottom of the route, and he competes, man. So to me, he's the splash guy in the league that can really tear a game open right now. That's just my opinion based on what I saw. But I think Davante Adams is right up there. I do. I think that if you look at Jamar Chase, he's right up there. You got to give respect to Cheetah. Tyreek Hill, because he's been productive at Kansas City. He's also been extremely productive at Miami as well. So you got to give those guys, those are probably like your top 4 or 5 guys right there, in my opinion. No shade on anybody, but that's just an opinion.
Big, you go
I got Adams, Hill, Lamb for the 2023, Chase, and then Jay Jetta. Those are my guys for right now. That's in that order.
I had Adams, Jefferson, Hill, Chase, and then I had Diggs.
So, I saw your list too. You had a good list.
Dang, I forgot about Diggs.
I saw your list too.
I got to put Diggs.
Diggs is good too. Diggs is really good.
I had a thought on this video that I did. I want to run it by y'all just to get y'all thoughts on it. I honestly said, we receiver, to be honest, to me, it don't matter. The top 5 don't matter to me at all. Because it's like when we had Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin wasn't the best, but he was our number 1 and he was good enough. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So when we talking about these guys that's getting 1,300, the other guy might get 1,400, another guy 1,200. The difference between the top 10 guys is not that much. So it's like, it's like, I'm cool with our number 1. Even if he not number 1, he is our number 1 and good enough for our team. You know what I'm saying? So
I was talking to my brother and Louis T, and both of those boys, my brother, 49er fan. Both of those guys, and this is me being crazy, they were trying to get me to change my mind on Michael Irvin versus Jerry Rice. And I was saying that, Jerry Rice, good in his own flavor.
Right.
But me, I love the way Michael Irvin played. Plus, he was fighting demons doing all of that stuff. If Michael Irvin had the mindset of Jerry Rice, as far as off the field stuff, shoot, Michael Irvin, the best wide receiver ever suited up.
And that's
you got to understand, Michael Irvin was drinking 40s and doing all type of stuff and still getting those good numbers on a run first scheme and system and philosophy. Can you imagine if he was in West Coast scheme like they were over there in 49ers land? Come on.
And see, because I feel your case on that, Law. Because see, some people don't understand that sometimes quarterbacks don't fit your team. You know what I mean? Or certain people don't fit. We needed the leadership of Michael Irvin that we wouldn't have got out of Jerry Rice. We needed that type of guy for that team in the 90s. So even though Jerry Rice, and I say the same thing about Dak, that's why I said quarterbacks. It's like some of these quarterbacks might be better, but I'm going to say this. None of these quarterbacks likely would fit Dallas like Dak. There's nobody to me that fit Dallas like Dak. I would take Dak over all them boys, except maybe Mahomes. That might be the only one. But everybody else, you can keep Allen, Herbert, keep every last one of them. I need that dude that can handle the lights of Dallas.
Burrow?
Yeah,
Burrow's a gamer. He's a gamer.
Yeah, Burrow.
Burrow
Burrow's
fit
a gamer.
too well.
Yeah,
Burrow fit
I
too
think-
well in
Burrow was
Dallas.
fit.
Oh my gosh, man,
Burrow
they will
was
paint
fit.
the roads. Dallas Burrow lane. You know?
I'm sorry, boss. Burrow was fit. This
Yeah,
is
Burrow.
me.
I think but he got the mentality. He
got the
mentally
got the
tough.
mentality.
Yeah, he mentally
Yeah.
tough. Yeah. And say I ain't gonna fight you when you tell the truth, big dog. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I don't. That's real. So maybe only 2. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, Dak is our guy.
Because they got the mind. Because they got the
Right.
mind to handle it. 'Cause
They
they're
got
in
the
Dallas.
mind.
Like,
Right.
that's why I would say them two. I don't think the other guys, like you mentioned, like Herbert and them, mentally they couldn't handle Dallas.
Right.
They couldn't handle Dallas.
Yeah.
But Mahomes, I feel like in a Burrow, because they so kind of even killed, they mentally can handle it, and that's why I would put them. They would be able to do it. Those
Right.
other guys, Dallas would be too much for them.
Yeah. And people,
be a
you
lot
know,
of stuff.
I see some people, they like, yeah. Nah, y'all quarterbacks couldn't handle. Like I see my boy Cool G, I think he a Philly fan. Like, I'm talking about we won. No, I'm not, bro. I don't want Hurts. Why would I want him in Dallas? I don't want no running back quarterback. I need
One thing I can tell you,
quarterback.
Hurts will be able to handle that podium though.
Yeah.
He's an even
Leadership.
keel dude.
Yeah.
He will handle that podium and
Yeah.
everything else. You know,
It's the
but
pressure.
people
Can he
fail
handle
to
that pressure?
realize these
lot of
surrounding
pressure here.
things, man. Shoot, I'm talking about a dude that lost his mom, lost his grandmother, lost his brother, and then people still throwing things at him, and he broke his thumb, and people were throwing trash at him. That's Dak is a different. I ain't gassing this dude up, but he's a better person. He's a better he's a better human being than me. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have been like, hey, all right, hey, when I see you down here, we gonna settle this like OJ.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's just a better human being than me. Because even at the age of 40s, I can't do that. No.
Hey,
Let me hush.
No, you good. You good. I got something else for y'all real quick too. Check this out.
Hoodie.
Hold on, what can I hear this dude?
We can't hear him at all.
Oh, that's my fault.
Glasses, you walked in wearing some beautiful Rick Owens shoes and some beautiful Prada shirt, and also what was the glass supermodel right here? I'm probably first game they just got their ass beat.
A lot of the times, there's 6.
Hold on, I gotta find it. Hold on, I got that go. I've downloaded the wrong one.
That's okay.
Here it is. Y'all can trust me. I got you. Your boy boss got you. It's right here. Y'all just gotta be patient with your boy. I got you. Here we go.
It's kind of sticking.
Okay, I'm not mad at it. Listen,
Yo, what's up? How are you friends with a Cowboys fan? I guess you want to get
You
into
want
the
me to tell
story.
the story?
Can y'all tell the people?
You tell it.
okay, so funny story. When I was at Sports Illustrated, I covered the Super Bowl in LA.
I don't want to hear all
and-
that.
Weeks. I feel like if you come, it's okay, but if you don't, it's not gonna hurt anybody. If you're training with your trainer, in the weight room and things like that, that's fine. But I feel like, getting back with the team, come back around and get back on the field, I feel like that stuff matters.
See, he said it's not going to hurt anybody if you don't come, but you're doing your own thing off the field. You hear that?
So what happens right now if Jalen wasn't there week 1? How would that?
Who is your football? Go about your business.
Man, hold on, man.
Wrong. It's simple. It's not a.
It was a no-brainer.
Well, listen, we talk about the Eagles, we talk about Jalen, we're talking about you, and we have this conversation often, or at least I do, this legend, this urban legend, or myth rather, of the Super Bowl slump. Both you and the Chiefs obviously went to the Super Bowl. We know how that turned out. Do you guys believe, or do you specifically believe in the Super Bowl slump? Does it take teams that were in the big game a little bit harder to get back into the rhythm of things, or do you think that's just mind over matter?
I think it's a mindset. Some people, they're okay with just making it there and being there one time, and that's that. For us, it's hunger, not finishing the right way, wanting to get back there, especially with the guys that's in this building. A lot of the guys have been there before, so just making sure we get back there and finish it the right way. I think it's just the mindset of the team and, everyone around the building.
What are you guys missing? Is there anything out there you're like, you know what? This if we can overcome this one thing, we'll be right where we left off last year.
Turnover. That's the reason I feel like we lost the last one. We had that one big turnover that as an offense we gave up 7 points. I mean that was basically the difference of the game.
Bro, watching you guys last year, I got to be honest, I was surprised how dominant you guys were and how good you guys were, right? And then breaking down the
wait a minute, you heard him pause there. Bro, I didn't even hear the full interview.
Bro, hey, and you see how Brandon Marshall jumped off of that real quick? He jumped off of that like
guy, man.
So
he didn't want to bury the young man.
No, bro, because y'all, wait, Law. They was ready to they laid up Dak though, didn't it?
Oh,
what about Dak? What about Dak?
But
they was ready for Dak. But when he put Hurts out there, yeah, we lost that game because of that turnover. Turnovers is why we lost the last one. And he was talking about his own quarterback.
Hey, have you ever went to the doctor office and then they said, "Hey, just point to me where it hurts"? hey, what happened, man? Point to me where it hurts.
Some people.
Hey, he didn't hesitate at all. Who did it? Who hurt you, man?
Who the reason y'all lost? Who the reason?
Point to me. Hey, what's the reason why y'all lost, man? Just point to me where it hurts. Hey, he said birthday turnovers. Hey, man. What he did to you, man? Can you point to where?
Please, point where it hurts.
Hey, that boy, he didn't waste no time. He didn't waste no time to pull that man off. Hey, man, he threw that man up under the bus, in front of the bus, next to the bus, anywhere around the bus. He just pointed right to it, right?
He pointed right to it, bro. Oh, my God.
That's why Brandon ran off from it. He said,
boy, Brandon Marshall got off that so fast. Man, listen how fast Brandon Marshall got off that, bro.
Hey, play the audio with him pointing.
Honest answer.
I think once you get back on the field, like with the team, I feel like that's important.
Vegas time.
So that's like 3 a.m.
No, let's talk about OTAs.
My bad.
We were talking about Aaron Rodgers being
Well, listen, we talk about the Eagles. We talk about Jalen. We're talking about
wrong. It's simple. It's not about all these plays.
He said it's not going to hurt anybody if you don't come, but you're doing your own thing off the field. You hear that?
Hunger, not finishing the right way, wanting to get back there, especially with the guys that's in this building. A lot of the guys have been there before, so just making sure we get back there and finish it the right way. I think it's just the mindset of the team and everyone around the building.
What are you guys missing? Is there anything out there you're like, you know what? This if we can overcome this one thing, we'll be right where we left off last year.
Turnover. That's the reason I feel like we lost the last one. We had that one big turnover that as an offense we gave up 7 points. I mean that was basically the difference of the game.
He turned into Frank Lucas. You
watching
remember when
you guys
Frank
last
Lucas
year,
sat down
I
with the agent on American Gangster? He put the glasses on, man.
Oh, man, he straight snitched on him, boy. That's the worst snitch I've ever seen.
He turned to Frank Lucas. He's like, hey, this is where they got the supplies and everything at. This is how they get in the connect. That brother snitched on him.
Oh, man. Dog, this is why I love this karma. Because, see, them Eagles, they've been hating. They've been hating on Dak. And, see, this is the craziest thing. Let me show y'all something real quick, and then we gonna go around the circle, then we'll get into the final words. This is what kills me. And this is what I said. My boy Lamar, he showed the interceptions the last 2 years, right? This is crazy. When you look at Dak, it's right there in line with everybody else in terms of the amount of interceptions thrown in the last 2 years. But who is the only person everybody's focused on? Do they focus on Justin Herbert, 25 interceptions?
Nah.
Patrick Mahomes?
No.
Matthew Stafford, Matt Ryan, Joe Burrow, 26?
No.
Josh Allen, 29? Do they say a word about? Nope.
No.
So them Eagles and everybody else, they do all this hating, but every other quarterback, when they're aggressive and they throw interceptions, they don't say a word. But when it's Dak, it's the sky's falling. And we've been saying, Hurts cost y'all the Super Bowl. But when we said it loud, big in the OC, they said we was hating. When D. Smith said, oh, it's accountability. Nah, when is truth gonna be truth, regardless of who said? You know what I'm saying? And Brandon Marshall, you dodged that, dog. You should have stayed with that. You should have did your journalistic job and said, could you elaborate on that more, please? You know what I mean? You dodged it. See, y'all laid Dak up to the wolves. When it was Hopkins, did y'all all hear that? When it was Hopkins, what about Dak? I like Dak. See, y'all threw that out there for the viral moment. You had a viral moment with Hurst too, but you passed on it. That's why I hate Philly. Philly is the Cinderella team to the media, and I can't stand them. Everything green, I want to spit on it. I don't even like the color of leaves in the summertime because it reminds me of Philly. Wow. I swear I hate Philly, man. They are the worst, most celebrated Cinderella soft team I've ever seen in my life. Everything is soft. Our media is always soft and hopeful on them. And even when D. Smith just kept it real, now everybody from Philly want to just disappear and act like they didn't hear their own guy call out their quarterback. Now, let me ask y'all a question, then I'm going to shut up. What if CeeDee Lamb said that?
Bad business.
Bad business.
If CeeDee Lamb said anything like that, we would hear that we would hear that until game one.
Yep. Today one.
All you would hear. Is he going to be re-signed now because there's a rift with Dak Prescott?
Yeah. OC, what if that would have been CeeDee Lamb?
You would have seen Law tapping those papers. Breaking news: CeeDee Lamb has been traded. You know, that's what would have happened to him. That's exactly what happened to him, man. This brother would not have lived beyond another 3 weeks. Somehow, some way, it would have been a fight. It would have been some news fed to the media. And all of a sudden, his butt is up out of here because we don't play that. And Jara and Steve, they don't play that. You don't say that, boy. You better stay in place. You better keep your butt in place or you ain't going to get paid. And that's what would have happened to him, man. He would have been out of here, straight up.
They saying we need to take a light break. Yeah, so everybody, let's hit them likes real quick. But Law, what would have happened? Or just what's your thoughts? Let's just go around the circle before we give our final word.
I mean, we just seen a untrue viral moment from when a parody account said that Amari Cooper said that Dak Prescott is the black Kirk Cousins, right?
Yeah.
And they took that from a parody account, right? And ran with it.
Yes.
Don't you know if they can get CeeDee Lamb? It don't even matter. It could be Cavante Turpin. It could be Dennis Houston. It could be Simi Fihoko to say the same thing. And they would have ran from the sun to the moon to all of the other stars with that particular clip. And watch, this is going to be another situation and scenario they're going to sweep under the rug, but we're going to do our job over here, you know. So they just point to me where it hurts, you know. So that's just all we're going to do over here. Let's go.
OC, they saying that I missed some super chats. Do you see any super chats in there, big dog?
Man, you know, my internet, I'm in a hotel, so my internet is acting crazy. So I don't see them, man. It's just buffering the whole time. So yeah, I can't see on my side.
All right, so anyway, I apologize. I don't see any. No doubt. But anyway, final words. So like, my final word is, this is the season to know that this is Goofy season. This really is. That's why we named the show what we named it. Yeah. This is the last word is Dallas Cowboys Goofy season. So just prepare yourself. Have tough skin right now, because they go insult every one of us. They go insult Dak. They go insult CeeDee Lamb. They go insult Diggs. They go, the top 10 lists are getting ready to come out. And they go, all of us gonna be doing it around this time because I got my list I'm gonna be coming out with. All of us gonna be doing this around these periods, these off-season moments where we ranking guys, and doing that type of stuff. So just get ready. It's goofy season. You know what I'm saying? It's what it's gonna be. Just kind of know that comes with being America's team. It comes with being envy. It's just what it is. So, I'm prepared for it. I just want y'all prepared for it, especially when you listen to the morning shows, because I don't listen to any of them. I don't. I only listen to us. I only listen to, if you're not coming through that social media, I ain't listening to you. If you're not on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, I ain't listening. Because I know how they doing it. I know how they playing it. They going to just piss you off. So I just recommend for everybody, man, giving you my final word is just beware, man. It's goofy season. It's going to be a whole bunch of wee-woo.
Oh, you see this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee-woo.
And it's going to be a whole bunch of goofy. That's my final word.
My final word is, it's going to be not just wee-woo and goofy, it's just boredom. It's going to be a lot of boredom to the time where people ain't got nothing else to do.
Right.
Just like when we were dealing with the draft where we saw 8,000 mock drafts because people didn't have nothing to do.
Right.
So who's the lightning rod? It's always Dallas because we're the most popular team. I mean, that's just the way it is. When you're like the most popular team, Michael Irvin said it a long time ago, you love them, whether you hate them, you will tune in to watch the Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
And that's just what it is. So we're just a lightning rod. Anything about Dallas being said, everybody's going to put their eyes and ears to it. Just like Boss said, focus on the final word. Right. Focus on these Dallas Cowboys content creators, the Romes, the Tugs, the DMVs, all of these guys out here that are putting in that work. DMV said, don't fall into the Dak trap. I remember him saying that on Twitter. Don't fall into the Dak trap. That's all they want you to do. That's why you see a lot of these videos out. The breakdown videos that have been going crazy from our content creators. It's been awesome. You guys have always been doing a great job, but some other guys have been picking it up too. So that's what you need to focus on. Focus on our players and what we need to do to be in the Super Bowl and to be great. Don't focus on that negative because all it is negative talk. Ain't none of it facts. It's just negative talk because they're bored. Focus on what we need to do to be great and get this 6. That's my final word.
Yeah, guys. I mean, it's nothing like having a good vacation or a ride with your family and have a vacation trip. And people stay up late at night during these trips, and people sit around sometime, and you may even go camping or just sit at your in-laws' houses or your family's houses, and people just tell stories. They just tell stories, and everybody's intrigued, and they just watch it. They're at the edge of their seats, and it's exciting, and it's funny, and it's fun. But just remember, they're just stories. They're not real. They're stories. And so what you're hearing in some of the big networks and what I call old media, we're the new media, man. Tune in and stick with us. You just go hear some stories. So just take it in stride. Hey, understand that training camp is coming up really, really soon. And, man, let's go get 6, man. That's my final word.
No doubt, man. Those were some good words by all of you guys. Being able to share our comments and our thoughts of this team is wonderful. It's fantastic. OTAs for the media will be on Thursday, so we will see some good action with some of the young guys, and I can't wait to see my dark horse on the undrafted is Jalen Crawford. My other dark horse will be this week will be Deuce Vaughn, and I can't wait to see Overshawn and Mozzie. And those are a lot of guys that we're going to tune in to see whether or not they can take the team from this level to this level, right? And I can't wait. I can't wait to see how all of this will unfold. I know it's still the goofy season. There will be a lot of people doing their top 5, their top 10s, and they'll point and poke holes at, hey, who's out? Have you ever noticed that last year a lot of people talk about the Prescott interceptions, but not one soul bring up the fact that he broke his thumb?
Not one.
Right? So Dak Prescott for the 2023 season, we will be having the observation of seeing whether or not he will still have the same type of repeat of INTs. And I'm going to tell you guys, in this West Coast scheming system, it will not be that. Shoddy is who they call him. This is what I'm picking up now from the media. They don't call him Schottenheimer, but Shoddy. He don't like to run. He loved to run. And I can't wait to see how this all will manifest itself into greatness. Think about this. CeeDee Lamb. You got my guy, Brandon Cooks, on the other side. And maybe, just maybe, Michael Gallup. Around this time, y'all pay attention to this. He wasn't practicing with the team around this time. He was recovering. Oh, and excuse me, there's another unknown that I'm going to bring up to you guys' attention. Damone Clark, around this time, he wasn't practicing and working out with the team last season around this time. So now that we got these boys already in camp, ready in OTAs, this season, 2023 is already off to a better start than what we were last year. And I can't wait to reap the benefits from what these guys are going to bring to the table. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. DC.
That's the final word, baby.
Yes, sir.
Well, I was spitting real. Spit came out of my mouth when I said that. Y'all
I just wanna run it up.
baby.
Can I check or something?
Let's go.
Really in the feel letter, yeah.
Shout out to all the people on your way out. Hit that like button. It's not too late to share. Sharing is caring. Y'all continue to hit like, share, tag somebody if you're on Facebook.
Yeah,
chop it up, put it on Twitter too. We love that. Let's go.
Count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change to the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still say and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Robin now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately I just wanna run it up.